Harry and Meghan deemed it fit to go and grant this interview about teen suicide, two of the most entitled people, and make it all about themselves. Make it all, I have a 3 and a 5-year-old, and a couple who spends most of their time away from their children, taking vacations away from their children, resting away from their children. Two people who have dedicated their short marriage to trashing the entire royal family, both sides of his family. They have harassed, defamed, slander, and these are all my thoughts and opinions. They have caused anguish and of mental health, emotional stress, not only to Harry's father, to the to the Princess Catherine, but also to the Wales's children, because we know that Meghan Markle bullied those children. She bullied staff. She caused a lot of anguish and hurt a lot of people's mental health. And then we have her family. Whatever way, even I regret I helped them. But even then, you have to give it to them that she has caused a lot of pain to her entire side of the family, both sides. So these people saw it fit to get in a CBS show, Sunday morning show, and talk about suicide, mental health issues on teens and children, how to help children. Children that they have isolated from the entire family. Children who live completely at the mercy of these two lunatics who live in La La Land and a reality world that is absolutely horrible. And what the hell is going on with Meghan Markle's hair? That wig? Ugh! But let's get into this, beautiful people, because this is serious, that these people are still being given airtime. And the worst part of it all is that Meghan is angry that they interviewed them both, not her, because she wanted to do the interview herself, but she couldn't get it.
The systemic change has to happen at the same time as the cultural change is happening. Because if you're reading something terrible about a woman, why are you sharing it with your friends? They're 3 and 5. They're amazing. But all you want to do as parents is protect them. And so as we can see what's happening in the online space, we know that there's a lot of work to be done there, and we're just happy to be able to be a part of change for good.
That when your children ask for help, someone is there to give it.
If you know how to help.
Thank you.
At this point, we've got to the stage where almost every parent needs to be a first responder. And even the best first responders in the world wouldn't be able to tell the signs of possible suicide. That is the terrifying piece of this.
Yeah. You just heard that correctly. Meghan Markle talking about her imaginary children that she didn't give birth to, because I am absolutely convinced she didn't give birth to. Children, by the way, that they have to take vacations from. They're taking a well-deserved rest when they went to Dusseldorf, and then they went to Portugal without the children because they needed a break from a 3 and 5-year-old or 2 and 4-year-old children. By the way, they have nannies. And then they went to Jamaica. Meghan Markle actually spent a week there. And then they went for a ski trip. She went without her kids. And then they went, where was it that they went? They keep going everywhere without the children. And yet here they are talking, and what they're doing is they're disguising censorship. And they're associating it with teen suicide in order to promote censorship. That's how Meghan Markle's sitting there with that wig. I have a 3 and a 5-year-old, and this woman, there is something seriously wrong with this woman, because they're talking teen suicide and she's laughing. Can somebody please explain to me what the hell is going on in this woman's head? Harry and Meghan laughing while they're talking teen suicide. What is wrong with these people? Why are these people getting airtime? So make no mistake that they grabbed a very sensitive topic for online thing, because as a parent, you can do that. There's already mechanisms in place for you, not for you to monitor your child. But again, anybody who wants to self-exit, there's nothing you can do when somebody wants to self-exit. You can, even people who look very happy, you can't do anything. We just saw Lady Gabrielle, she just lost her husband, You can try. There's already gadgets in the cell phone. So if you have to put whether you're 18 years of age, you can monitor your children's internet connections in the schools now. At least in certain schools, you can't Google certain things online. They block the internet stuff. And when you put that your son or daughter is less than 18 years old or less than 13 years old, there's a lot of websites that are blocked. There's loads of things. But they're using censorship online. They want to censor online, and they pair it with teen suicide. Because then you feel bad criticizing this. Because of course you don't want the children to be self-exiting. Of course you don't. But that doesn't mean that you're going to, advocate for censorship using that cause. Because that's what they do. They hide behind certain causes to promote, to hide the real motive of what they're doing, which is censorship. Now, those two children are going to write books. And by the way, what Harry and Meghan are doing, keeping those two children away from their entire families, it's illegal. It's against the law. The children, it is not the parents' rights, it is the children's rights to be able to have a relationship with extended family members, to grow up in a community. Instead, who do they have? 3 drug addicts, Doria, Harry, and Meghan. Because, Meghan likes to puff the magic dragon, guys. Meghan does like to puff the magic dragon. It is a right. It is a universal human. It's even in the United Nations. Children have a right. And you know why children have a right to have relationships with their extended family? Because 83% of the abuse that children happen in the work in their home is by the hands of the parents or family member. So, for example, if a child has if you're an uncle and aunt or whatever, and you're used to seeing the children regularly, and you see a sudden shift in change of behavior, you're able to spot something is not right. That is the first thing they ask you in schools, or when there's an investigation with the police, and they say to you, have you noticed any change in behavior? Has he been acting different than how the child would usually behave? But if the child nobody ever has a relationship with the child, they're unable to see how the child usually behaves, because there's nothing to compare it to. So this is why it's vital for children to have other relationships within the family, because that's a part of them being protected. Because if the parents are the abusers, and in my humble, very opinion, Harry and Meghan are abusive, it is terrible. It is terrible. Who are these children going to complain to? Doria? Doria's a drug-addled person who's pushing drugs, and that idiot. Harry is an admitted, absolutely drug addict who's using his title to get all these things and trying to propel himself as a savior. Because everybody sees him as the idiot, traitor, deception that he is. He's trying to get the taxpayers to pay for his security. Guys, he already has security in the United Kingdom. All they have to do is give a 28 days notice. And he's doing it on the back of what happened in Southport. So now Harry and Meghan deemed it fit to go and grant this interview about teen suicide. 2 of the most entitled people. And make it all about themselves. Make it all I have a 3 and a 5-year-old, and as a mom, you're not a mother. You didn't even give birth to those children. Clearly this woman Meghan Markle should be kept away from children. Meghan Markle and Harry should be kept away from children. Children Protective Services should be called, because these 2 are insane. These 2 are sick people that they should not be allowed to be around troubled youth. It should be completely the opposite. It should be completely the opposite. But here they are. And they're using, as I said, teen suicide to advocate for censorship. Okay? What does Meghan know of anything? This is, again, what she did to Charlotte, what she did to Catherine. Have we forgotten Finding Freedom? Have we forgotten the catastrophic car chase in New York? They create their own drama. There's this imaginary, this fake situation to make themselves the victims, to draw attention on themselves. That's gaslighting, and that should be illegal. But Meghan Markle, where are your children? Why are you going by the Duchess title? You are an American citizen. There's no need to censor the internet. There's no need to censor freedom of speech. All you need to do is monitor your children's online use. Be on top of it. And even then, you can't help it. You know, somebody wants to do something about that. Unfortunately, there's nothing they can do. But censorship is not the answer. But the reason why they want to censor is because they want to segue their way into, oh, this is why we want to censor it, because, you know, this is terrible. This is terrible for me. Like Meghan Markle said. I mean, this woman is insane. If she doesn't want to be criticized online, because this is what it boils down to. They don't want to be criticized online. And these idiots are still being given a platform thanks to the titles, thanks to the fact that the king has them in the royal website. And not only that, on top of having two non-working royals who have trashed the entire monarchy in the United Kingdom on the monarchy's official website, they set a hyperlink there for and guide and you know, send traffic over to them to their website. For people, oh, okay, if you want to know more about them, here it is. Go to their commercial personal website. That's promoting private citizens' business. And they shouldn't be doing that. But that's an agreement that the monarchy got with Harry and Meghan. And they're still trashing the royal family. So I ask again, what children? How can her children are going to be happy and well adjusted when they don't have any other relationship with people? That is a good recipe for self-exiting, for those children asking questions that they're going to be later asked. Because in order for Meghan Markle and Harry to justify isolating the children from the entire family is to demonize the family, is to say to those children growing up, they're horrible people. They're so horrible, because this is the narrative that Meghan Markle is imparting to those two children from a very young age. First, I'm sure she's demoralizing them because, you know, only Lily has blue eyes. Poor Archie looks like her side of the family, but not the Markle side of the family, the Raglan side of the family. So we know what's in store for that kid. But the way Harry and Meghan are raising those two children, being away from them, completely isolating them from the entire world, that's worse than Michael Jackson. Do you think that's healthy? Do you think that's healthy state of mind? Somebody has to do something, and somebody, I don't care what you do in the United Kingdom, start a UK parliamentary petition advocating for the monarchy's website to remove Harry and Meghan from the royal website. Start not a GoFundMe page, not a parliamentary petition asking Parliament to remove Harry and Meghan from the official monarchy's website, because that is the website of the head of state of the United Kingdom, not a personal website of Charles Mountbatten, Charles Windsor, but the monarchy website, and should only be used for official business, not for family advertising. That's why they got that interview. But it is very dangerous that these people are the ones that CBS, Sunday Morning, whatever it is, are using to talk about teen suicide. They are a danger to teens. This is incredible. I mean, please leave me your comments. Keep Harry and Meghan away from children. How many times do we have to say that? Keep Harry and Meghan away from children. Him and Doria, they are 3 drug addicts who have zero compass and who are bullies. Those 2 children that they have in Montecito are at their mercy. They are at risk. Harry and Meghan are not the right people to be advocating for teen suicide, because the way they're raising their children is the perfect recipe to foster that. I hope that doesn't happen, but what do you guys think?